Namaste. Welcome to Wise Our Career Guide. Today we have Mr. Abhishek Jaiswal with us, who is working as a choreographer. Let's understand from him his journey and how things have been for him. Welcome, Abhishek.
Thank you, Neva.
So, Abhishek, before we get into your journey as a choreographer, what
Yeah.
has been your educational background?
I have finished my MBA in finance and international business management, and I was
Okay.
working for corporate for 2 years after my graduation. So that's my education qualification. But I landed into fashion industry after completing
Mhm.
my MBA finance and IBM.
So, Abhishek, from MBA Finance to choreography, how did that switch happen?
So when I was doing my college thing in my graduation, I started doing fashion shows in my college, and
Okay.
slowly I progressed. So while I was doing my MBA, I was
Mhm.
keep on doing college fashion shows with my friends, and I have a group, and it kept on going. And once I finished my MBA, I started working in a corporate as a revenue manager, and I was working for a real estate company. So the overall period was, I think, 3 years for me, because I
Okay.
belong to a very normal middle class family, and I took a loan for my MBAs and I had to redo it. So I kept on working for
Mhm.
my repayments of my loans and everything. But once it got finished and I got a chance as a professional, so that was one time I thought I should leave and I should start. Also, during that period, I met a person who's a good mentor to me, and I was asking कि इसमें कोई career होता है, and he said, okay, yes, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यहाँ. So that actually changed my whole perception. Previously, I was taking it as a passion and was going with my friends. While I was working, ऑफिस से मैं ना ब्रेक्स में आता था. I used to do the choreography for my friends and I go back, and
Okay.
they used to go for shows, and I used to go to my office in the evening, and we had so much fun कि वो बोलते थे हम लोग जीत गए, and we had shows like college thing going on, because
Right.
yeah. So that thing went well, and I went to a pageant for Mr. India Pantaloons Fresh Face, and I was a winner of it also. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, 2012. So 2012, after that everything got changed. So that time also I was working. I took a 1 week leave and I went to this pageant, and Pantaloon used to do Miss India's that time. So they
Right.
came up with they wanted to come up with a pageant for Mr. and Miss, and I took that part, and I was winner for the Central Region, and the grand finale went very well in Mumbai. So and the winner was actually Disha Patni on that.
Okay.
Yes. In girls, and Iqbal was the winner. All our friends. So that was a
Mhm.
very lovely thing that happened to me, and it all changed from that time. So
So that was how?
that's how I started, and after that, from that batch, everyone went for television, movies, serials. That's it, and I was the only one who wanted to get into choreography. So I got into professional choreography, but after 1 or 2 years, I got into direction also. So previously, choreography was very much into me, and I took on to show direction. So show direction is an overall thing for, like a movie director, where you decide what is the theme, what is the track, what is the concept. I had to decide everything now. So I
Okay.
choreography is just one part in show direction now. Fashion show director.
Right.
So choreography, it helped me to get into proper show direction now. So definitely now I'm working as a show director and definitely a choreographer. So it went well, slowly, and thank God it went well. मतलब it's like हजारों में एक के साथ होता है कि भाई 1% success rate. Otherwise, I haven't seen anyone coming so far with show direction, with basically starting as a passion and coming to a professional career is very different. Yeah.
So, Abhishek, from your MBA finance to starting a career in choreography and becoming a show director, what was your parents' reaction to you leaving the job and getting into something like this?
So पेरेंट्स वर लाइक कि साफ बताऊंगा कि माय फादर टोल्ड मी बस कमा ले जो लगता है कमा ले खाली मत बैठ बिकॉज
Okay.
टिपिकल इंडियन मेंटालिटी कुछ कुछ तो भी करते रहे बैठ मत आई टोल्ड हिम कि मेरा जॉब में मेरा मन नहीं लग रहा है सो
Hmm.
आई टुक इट फ्रॉम द जॉब एंड माय फादर टोल्ड मी कि बस कुछ कर ले एंड अपने एक्सपेंसेस निकाल लो वाले बस टाइम पास कर ले लाइफ में द वर्ड इज टाइम पास कर ले लाइफ में मतलब कि वो देख रहे थे कि स्ट्रेस हो रहा है बट नॉट टू बॉदर मी बोलते तू टेंशन मतलब मैं हूँ तू कर ले बस अपने एक्सपेंस निकलवा ले और डोंट गेट डिप्रेस्ड विद द थिंग दे हैव ऑलवेज सपोर्टेड मी थैंक गॉड बट क्या होता है कि व्हेन
Wow.
यू फ्रॉम अ नॉर्मल वेरी नॉर्मल मिडिल क्लास फैमिली वो थोड़ा प्रेशर रहता है कि आगे चल के कैसा होगा ये तो इट्स लाइक अ टाइम पास थिंग पैशन में ठीक है यू कांट मेक अ करियर बिकॉज इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस टू बी हियर
Absolutely.
uh, when I started, I got one show in a year. So first show, I got 32,000 rupees as my first show. So when I took it 32,000 and I told my father कि I got 32,000, वो थोड़ा सा he was very satisfied कि कुछ तो भी हुआ है.
Okay.
And my salary that time was almost 18,000. So so एक साल में एक शो आया, 2 साल में 2 शो आए, 3 साल में 3 आए. After 5 years, frequency बढ़ गई फिर वो. But I had to
Okay.
survive. But I had survived 2 years without any pay. So I had a PF in my thing, जो मैं work कर रहा था. So I took it off
Right.
and kept it in my savings account. And I had seriously I took it. Um, I had 36,000. So 2,500 I made my monthly expenses.
Okay.
This was
So
very
surviving with that,
yeah, this is मतलब मेरा petrol expenses था. If I want to go for a meet, if I want to go somewhere, that is my petrol expenses. But मैंने वो टाइम खर्चा नहीं किया हूँ. मुझे मालूम था अगर मैं एक कॉफी भी पी लूँ 100 रुपीज की, I'm gonna lose it out. This is a real thing, Neha. You have to trust me on this because
I completely understand and believe living a life like that.
मेरे पास के नोट्स
So,
पीएफ का वो जो ट्रांसफर का रिसीट भी रखा हूँ मैंने अभी भी. एंड आई टेल पीपल ये इतना इजी नहीं होता जितना दिखता है.
so what made you to keep going, with one show in a year, two shows in 2 years? What was it that kept you going?
I was actually watching somebody, my mentor, ki I asked him how to go about it. He said it is a very patient job. You need to be very patient because he has been also through this only. So he's one of the best in the industry, साफ बोलूंगा, and he has guided me very well. But he told me I was also working like this. So मुझे लगा कि यार ये जो genuine वाली बात थी and that is the genuine thing जो प्रोसेस से वो गए 100% आई वेंट थ्रू दैट फेज. अगर ये सर्वाइव कर गया एंड फैशन इंडस्ट्री को आपको 5 साल डिप्रेशन के देने पड़ते. यू हैव टू गिव इट नो मैटर व्हाट. कितने भी आप अच्छे
Okay.
एजुकेटेड हो, कितना भी अच्छे हो, यू नीड टू गिव 5 years टू द इंडस्ट्री फॉर डिप्रेशन. बिकॉज स्टार्टिंग में आपको सब यूटिलाइज करेंगे बिकॉज यू आर सस्ते, टैलेंट देखेंगे,
Hmm.
सस्ता देखेंगे. फिर उसके बाद एक बड़ा ड्रॉप आता है जहाँ 1 साल 2 साल वर्क नहीं रहेगा फिर से.
Okay.
यस यस बिकॉज एवरी वन हैज ट्राइड इट आउट. आपका टैलेंट थोड़ा सा भी अगर आपको फील है ना, इट इज़ अ फील जॉब. शो डायरेक्शन कोरियोग्राफी इज अ फील जॉब. बहुत सारे लोग आज भी मेरे साथ जो स्टूडेंट्स थे वो गेटिंग इनटू कोरियोग्राफी डायरेक्शन वो आते हैं 2 साल से कर रहे हैं बट उनका फील नहीं बनता है. तो व्हाट थिंग दे ट्राई टू कट कॉपी पेस्ट. आई ऑल्सो ट्राई टू कॉपी समवन बट मुझे इमीडिएटली वो हिंट हो गया था कि आई कैन नॉट डू इट बिकॉज समबडी हैज विजुअलाइज्ड इट एंड देन डिड इट द shows. और वो it is a
Right.
factor. You cannot cut copy paste thing, and that is one time I failed. एंड आई टुक टाइम एंड आई रियलाइज कि ये अगर मैं कट कॉपी किया तो ये जो बाकी लोग ये नहीं होगा, तो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग माई थिंग। और वो फिर से मुझे 1.5 साल उसमें लगा कि आई हैव टू अगेन री डू माई थिंग्स, गेटिंग इन टू द फील्ड, जैसा मैं फील्ड में चल रहा था। बिकॉज मैंने किसी को देखा, आई ट्राइड कि ये फास्ट हो जाएगा, मुझे लगा कि अगर मैं भी ऐसी कॉपी करके जाऊँ, बट इट डिडंट वेंट वेल।
Mhm.
द मोमेंट आई टुक माई ओन टाइम, माई फील्ड ऑफ द शोज, एंड अगेन आई पिक्ड अप। तो दैट इज वन पॉइंट कि again after 5 years थोड़ा सा ड्रॉप डाउन, देन कमिंग बैक इमीजिएटली, बेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स वो मुझे मिल गया, थैंक गॉड, ब्लेस्ड कि वो मुझे टाइम आया एंड इट टॉट मी वेरी वेल कि मुझे कट कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करना है। नंबर वन, डिप्रेशन देना पड़ता है, मॉडल शेल्फ लाइफ होती है 5-10 साल की। शो डायरेक्टर की अगर फील नहीं है तो इमीजिएटली आप, इफ समबडी हु वांट्स टू गेट इनटू शो डायरेक्शन कोरियोग्राफी, उसने ना 2 से 3 साल वो इंडस्ट्री को देना है। इफ द
Okay.
मार्केट इज कैचिंग अप मीन्स यू आर बीइंग एक्सेप्टेड, अदरवाइज अगर वो नहीं हुआ, सो यू हैव कीप ऑन गेटिंग रिजेक्शंस। और लोग क्या करते हैं कि उसमें ट्राई करते हैं, नहीं मैं कर लूंगा, मैं कर लूंगा, इट गोज फॉर मॉडल्स ऑल्सो, मैं कर लूंगा,
Mhm.
एंड दे फेल। टाइम भी चले जाता है और जो कुछ कर सकते थे अपने लाइफ में वो भी नहीं कर पाते। इट्स अगेन दे हैव टू स्टार्ट अ न्यू जर्नी विद न्यू स्टफ।
Right. So, Abhishek, the slow period or the period where you were not getting your own shows, were you, working for other people in their shows? How did you build your contacts to be able to get those shows?
Yes, that is a very good question. Yeah. So like I said, Guru Bina Gyan nahi, I had this mentor, very nice. So I kept on talking. So
Mm-hmm.
that thing got me very well. कोई एक knowledgeable
Okay.
person है, if you keep on talking to that person, वो जो भी बोलेगा ना, it's like, it's like diamonds falling in. So you have to listen to that person because उसका success already हो चुका है बंदा, वो जो भी बोलेंगे, अगर वो जानबूझ के अगर नहीं भी बताना चाहेंगे, उसके मुंह से सच ही निकलने वाला है। You need to
Okay.
get that strong things because उनके सिस्टम में ही होता है वो, because they are telling the real things, so they can't
Right.
fake it out. The best part is about a good mentor, they can't fake you. They will, whatever
Okay.
they'll say with experience, they want to show up with the experience also. That is one good part about a good mentor. क्योंकि मैं इतना कह रहा, तो बताने के लिए कोई तो होना चाहिए।
Bilkul. So, Abhishek, is there, any formal training or courses that are available for, learning the choreography or show management?
For show management, you can opt somewhere, but like I said, show choreography and direction, it is all a feel factor. So there is
Okay.
no one can teach you feel. एक रोबोट जैसे आपको
Mm-hmm.
बता देगी कि शो पे ये करना है, म्यूजिक ये करना है, बट यू कैन नॉट डेवलप अ फील फॉर द शो। सो दिस इज 101% प्रैक्टिकल जॉब। दर इज
Okay.
थिंग वर्क हियर डियर। बेसिक चीजें वर्क करेंगी कि एक शो है, मॉडल्स अच्छी होनी चाहिए, म्यूजिक अच्छा होना चाहिए, लेकिन म्यूजिक कौन सा, कौन से शो पे कौन सा
Right.
म्यूजिक। अगर मैं म्यूजिक शो के लिए, वेन्यू के हिसाब से म्यूजिक हो सकता है,
Mm-hmm.
शो के क्वालिटी के हिसाब से म्यूजिक हो सकता है, कौन से ऑडियंस के लिए हो रहा है उसके हिसाब से म्यूजिक होता है। सो एवरी थिंग, it is a feel factor. So there is no particular show direction choreography classes, but there are people running classes, but it will not work here because it is a feel
Okay.
factor. So you can, if you want to learn, you can always learn from an expert only under him, because the insights what you get on a show can't be explained
Mm-hmm.
in a class or any kind of formal education. So this is one industry for show direction and choreography. You need to start preliminary, you can start from colleges, like you can go on with your friends. So I had this group of friends, and I we named the team as Angels and Devas from my college time.
Okay.
So I turned my that group into my company.
Mm-hmm.
So my company name is itself is Angels and Devas Limited.
Okay.
So everyone from my college time, a group
Mm-hmm.
of almost 10-20 people, they all known as Angels and Devas, and they also promote that way. Somebody from the team is there. I was the choreographer, they were the models. So
Okay.
so we took it that way. So it's all a learning experience from what you did in the past and how you take it along.
So, for people freshers, who've just come out of their 12th, and they've joined some course, but
Hmm.
they enjoy this kind of work. What do you suggest for them? How do they go about? One, yes, take part in your, college festivals and programs. But apart from that, because moving to Bombay, where all the shows are happening, is something which is not possible for everybody. How do they go about getting into this?
One concept is wrong. All the shows are happening in Delhi. You know that?
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Frequency of shows are more in Delhi compared to Bombay.
okay,
It is very true. The because Bombay has Bollywood and everyone wants to come into Bollywood. But
right,
for Delhi, fashion show is the charm. So every week you will find some show in Delhi as an entertainment.
okay,
Also, people wants to flaunt in Delhi, so they go to fashion shows. One event they go is fashion shows in Delhi. They don't have Bollywood, but every
okay.
model wants to move to Bombay because Bombay has Bollywood because they all want to get into movies.
Movies.
Yes, movies, serials, and other stuff. But
Hmm.
practically, Delhi has twice the show than Bombay.
Okay,
This is a very inside knowledge because everyone thinks Bombay has too much of show. No, it is Delhi that is happening.
okay. So still, be it Bombay or even Delhi, it's difficult to, ask your parent that I'm going to move to Delhi or Bombay because I want to be a choreographer. And on the side, I'll do something else as a backup plan. So people in cities which are not top tier cities, how do they go about, learning, understanding?
So, my town, I am from Nagpur. So this is
Okay,
not at all a fashion hub. Nothing. We are the people who got fashion.
okay,
Huh. So we started from college shows only. Day. Basic college show, basic. While I was doing graduation and MBAs, we used to take part in college fest. So this college
okay.
fest plays a very important role because you have a lot of people and friends to experiment with because
Hmm.
people are ready to go on stage and flaunt. But as a choreographer, if you want to choreograph them, you also have a very bright chances कि वो उनके साथ time मिल रहा है. You take your own sweet time, you do stuff with them. They are also very cooperative कि भाई मुझे hero बनना है on show. So
Right.
yeah, you need to start from some if you want to be a choreographer, you definitely can start from your college stuff, and slowly you can move to smaller shows also in your city. You can tell them I can do it for for the experience and all. I am
Mhm.
mentoring almost 10 people now in my town, but I told them same thing what I'm telling you. You can start from smaller shows, though I'm creating a competition for me only, but
Okay,
किसी ना किसी को पास ऑन करना जरूरी है. Somebody has to, we need to pass on something to someone. We cannot keep it to ourselves.
absolutely.
So I told them you need to start on your own and try for smaller show. I got them some shows also, smaller shows कि जाओ experience ले लो. So they are going and training some smaller pageants, college fest, and so on. But college fest
Okay,
always helpful, always, always. You have so much things to experiment there. And पूरे अपने basics college 6 में ही clear होते हैं. You cannot
okay,
experiment on professional shows.
right.
No. One big mistake and the client will say thank you. So all your
Absolutely.
permutation combination can be done on college shows because you can do with anything with choreography. You can play with lights. You can play with models. You can flaunt around with them. Anything. अपना basics पूरा का पूरा college में complete करो. But the moment you come as a professional, we can't do experiment there when you want to start. क्योंकि
Okay,
within a year market बता देगा कि you can't work it out.
okay. So, you saying you're mentoring 10 people under you. I'm sure there are other choreographers also doing that. Is there so much of work available in this segment?
No, the cream work is almost 1-2%. Cream work. I mean,
Okay,
mainstream work is like proper brands, proper professional shows are 1-2%. But वो 1-2%. people are fighting like anything. Best of the people in the industry. There is work
Hmm.
smaller. Now, past 5 years, the new segment has come up with the Mrs. segment. So people
Right.
are experimenting on that. New choreographers can experiment on that, but that is going
Okay.
to get dead in the coming days. Mrs. segment. Corona mein what happened, ladies were in the house and they had nothing to do. So people have started doing Mrs. pageant. So too many
Okay.
choreographers emerged from that. But now the
Hmm.
market has started, and fashion is all about glam, pretty
Right.
glam, and everything neat and tidy, very luxurious.
Hmm.
Sorry to say, but Mrs. category is good for pageanting, and it's gonna die soon now. Only people who are
Okay.
doing it from last 10 years, when there was nothing for Mrs., that's gonna survive. So from this smaller shows, there are too many choreographers who have emerged, but they are now
Right.
good because the mainstream work is now started. And when a client
Hmm.
wants to work, they will take the professionals, not these people. So
Right.
so there are so many
Yes.
realities. So we have to tell ki kaise kare and so on things.
Right. So, would you encourage people to get into this, or would you tell them to keep it as a passion, considering the amount of work and the number of players already present?
uh, like I said, लाखों में एक होता है जिसका चमक जाता है. So thank God I'm blessed कि I was one of them,
Right.
and I took some time कि if I will survive here in within a period of time, I will take it, otherwise I will take an exit. So I will still say to everyone at the moment also, if the market
Hmm.
starts rejecting me, I'm going to say thank you to the market also. But thank God I'm blessed ki slowly that curve is going to the positive way.
Right.
You'll come to know when the market is not taking you. And
Okay.
smaller projects to bigger projects, everyone's going to approach you smaller. और
Hmm.
one good show, it takes time to come to you, but वो आता है तो फिर जाता नहीं है for a longer period.
Okay.
हाँ. So considering the amount of work, so I always tell, like I told you before, कि give 2 to 3 years to this industry. If the things is like it's there in you, it's gonna come up. Otherwise वो सपने मत सजाए कि मैं कर लूंगा. For both models and choreographers who want to get into choreography, it is a field job. You need to have
Hmm.
a feel of everything. When for me, if I am going to a movie or some, if I listen to any song, I know मेरे को ये track कहाँ डालना है. I have it in mind.
Right.
If you give me any track, I can tell you I can put this track on this particular show. Immediately your brain starts working. But it's not key for everyone. The maximum of the people they fail because they don't understand where is the show going, what is the feel of the show. मुझे अभी भी मेरे से सीनियर्स है, वो अभी भी मुझसे आके पूछते कि अभिषेक व्हाट इज द फील ऑफ द शो ऑफ द what kind of music we can take in. They are seniors, but they don't understand music. Music is the heart of a
Right.
show. They don't understand music. So it's a field job actually. So they are getting work. They ask me for the my music. What is the feel you're getting?
Okay.
So I talk technicalities. मुझे बता दो क्या क्या है. I'm gonna send it the thing.
Hmm.
That's how it works. But I'm blessed. I'm getting one of my key points is people love my music on my show. सबका कुछ एक key element होता है. So people are
Right.
loving my music on show. So it मतलब बैठा के रखता है शो पे.
Hmm.
So बोर होने से बच जाते हैं हम लोग, क्योंकि मैं खुद जाता हूँ, कुछ
Right.
लिखने जाता हूँ ना, भले वो 10 15 20 साल सीनियर रहते, they have good names, but I also feel very bored with them on their show. और मैं सोचा कि मैं ये गलत म्यूजिक लिया है, यहाँ ये नहीं लेता तो हम बोर नहीं हुए होते हैं. सो इट इज अ फील जॉब.
Right. So, what is that one tip that you would want to share with the youngsters if they want to get into this field that they should always keep in mind?
It is a patient job. Experiment as much as you can. You know, while you're doing any college shows with your team and anything, experiment. experiment with market, experiment with the choreography, experiment with things around you. It is
Okay.
a permutation combination of different things. Choreographies क्या होते हैं कि इधर आओ, इधर लेफ्ट जाओ, इधर राइट जाओ, खड़े हो जाओ, दैट्स इट. बट
Right.
choreography आप भी कर सकती हो ना. 4 शो पे आप मतलब आ जाओ, आपको पता चलेंगे यार इधर जाना है, लेफ्ट जाना है, 2 में जाना है, 3 में जाना है. यू कैन ऑल्सो डू इट आफ्टर 5 shows.
Okay.
Trust me. But when you come to show direction, वहां आपको हो जाएंगी तकलीफ. यस, कोरियोग्राफी सब
Okay.
लोग कर लेंगे. एनीबडी कैन डू कोरियोग्राफी, एनीबडी. कॉलेज शोज भी बहुत इजीली कर लेंगे, बट व्हेन यू कम्स टू प्रोफेशनल, और वो वहीं पर ही तो बेंट आउट हो जाते हैं ना. जब व्हेन क्लाइंट हमारे पास वर्क लेके आता है, एंड व्हेन दे डिस्कस डिफरेंट कोरियोग्राफर्स वर्क, मैं बता दो ये टेक्निकलिटीज गड़बड़ है, पिक्चर देख के बोलता हूँ ये गड़बड़ थी, ये वीडियो देख बोलता, इमीडिएटली वी रेक्टिफाई. एंड दैट्स व्हाई पकड़ में आ जाता है कि शो गड़बड़ का हुआ प्रीवियस वाला, या किस.
Right.
So you need to have very strong technicalities for things. So if you don't understand technicalities, you will not learn. And also, ये तो one part था. You need to learn. You have to listen to music, world music. You need to have that feel. So every month I have a download of 2-3 thousand tracks. Example, there is a continuous process going on. मेरा एक
Okay.
डाउनलोड, दैट इज द रॉ फुटेज, व्हाट साउंड व्हाट वी यूज. बट उसके ऊपर हम
Hmm.
3-4 हजार एक महीने में हम ट्रैक सुन लेते, स्किप कर करके. पूरा ट्रैक नहीं सुनते हम लोग. तो
Okay.
क्या होता है कि वी नो कि वो 3 हजार में से मेरे पास हार्डली 10-12 ट्रैक निकलते हैं, और उसमें से वी जस्ट दैट इज अ रॉ गेम. उसके ऊपर वी कैन क्रिएट समथिंग आउट ऑफ इट. सो इट इज अ कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस फॉर वन थिंग. म्यूजिक इज वन पार्ट. साउंड, लाइट्स एंड डायरेक्शन. लाइट्स क्या होना, स्टेज सेटअप क्या होना, कोरियोग्राफी, लाइट्स, म्यूजिक, तीनों सिंक होना चाहिए शो पे.
Right.
कोरियोग्राफी लोग सिर्फ कोरियोग्राफर लेफ्ट जाओ राइट जाओ, नहीं. जब वो प्रोफेशनल आएंगे तो फिर पता चलता है कि ये कोरियोग्राफर है, ये डायरेक्टर है.
Okay. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us today and sharing your insights in this industry.
आई एम
Thank you.
आई एम ग्लैड टू हैव. थैंक यू.
So that was Mr. Abhishek Jaiswal sharing with us his journey of starting with MBA in finance, moving to choreography, and then becoming a show director. And he said that, throughout his interview, he mentioned that this entire profession is about feel. You have to be able to feel what your show is going to be, where it's heading, and how everybody sitting in the audience will feel when they are watching your show. The music, the sound, the lights, the people on the stage, their movement, everything you have to feel from not just the technical point of view, but as a viewer sitting in the audience as well. And if you think you have that, if you can get that entire picture in your head and feel the emotions that you want to generate in your audience, then this is the field for you. If you have any more questions, or if you want to get in touch with Abhishek about being mentored by him, you're most welcome to write to us in the comments below, and we will get you in touch with Abhishek to help you take your career further. Also, do like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.